patreon.com/wehaveconcerns. If you want this show to keep going strong, if you enjoy it, please help support it. Patreon.com/wehaveconcerns.
Is Danish here? Danish, stand up.
Stand up.
Danish,
that's the man who made that.
Danish told me today that he had a newborn baby and he
sacrificed it.
Yeah, well, he spent all the nights while he was up with his newborn doing that. Animating that.
Seems like a great use of your time and attention in that situation, Dinesh. Thank you very much. Probably nothing more important to pay attention to in that particular situation. So good. Yeah. This is We Have Concerns live from PAX Prime 2015 in Seattle, Washington. Hi, Jeff Canada.
Hi, Anthony Carbone.
Hello, concerned citizens.
Oh my gosh, so many concerned citizens here.
I love it. We normally ask at the beginning of these things, anybody new to the show?
Oh, a lot.
Oh,
wow.
Clap. It's an audio medium.
Yeah. Well, this is a show where we read a story usually submitted by the audience, usually a science, anthropology, philosophy story, and then we talk about it and what it means to us, and we usually, freak out a little bit about it.
We don't normally have this much bank candy in front of us.
You gotta stop doing that because it's just gonna be a whole audio show of just crickle, crackle, crickle.
He stole the strawberry one from me because he knows I can't be trusted around them.
It's got the goop in it.
It's got so the goop, good. Dogs! Jeff, do we have a story?
We do. This is a story that was sent in to us by somebody whose name I didn't bother to look up. No.
What's up, everybody?
Because the internet's weird right here, so I apologize if you're the one who sent this in.
Oh, yeah. The internet is so flaky here. I mean, we can load a whole news story, but we can't load a name. It's like really messed up. It's probably the internet's fault.
I wanted to go back and get my iPad, and you said no. So this is a story about how chimpanzees would love to cook.
I would love to cook, too. I would love to take a class.
Have you? You know that
no,
they
who's got
those.
Who's got the time? I know where the chimps are coming from.
You're saying it's just
I'm just saying, you got a busy chimp life. Yeah.
You're like, I could sit around here and scratch my balls and eat this banana, or I could get that blue apron.
You've got to screech at other tribes of chimps.
Yeah.
You've got to swing. There's a lot of swinging involved, right?
I'm assuming.
Okay.
Yeah, there's swings. There's a series of tired.
How do we know chimps want to cook?
Studies done by scientists.
Studies, man. Never you mind.
Scientists at Harvard and Yale did a series of studies. It's actually
Get some real scientists.
Harvard and Yale, man.
Get some smart schools.
You know what they did? You know what they did at Harvard? They asked the chimpanzees, how do you like them apples? And they said, cooked. Come on.
That's your one.
I got to get one out early.
One dad joke.
I got to get
Done.
one out early. No, the truth is, it's very.
For everyone who's new, he gets one of those. If you catch him telling another dad joke, we get to stone him. And normally
everybody brought their stones, right?
Yeah. It's legal in Seattle. I love Seattle.
Stone. So making a dad joke, you didn't even catch it.
I did. But I'm not allowed to berate him. He's not a coworker.
All right, so here's the truth of the studies are actually very similar to that joke. They actually took sweet potatoes that the chimpanzees love to eat. They handed the chimp the sweet potato, and they ate it and they enjoyed it. And then they gave them a cooked sweet potato, and they ate it and they enjoyed it. And then they took the uncooked sweet potato, they put it in a bowl. Mm-hmm. That had another bowl underneath it with the cooked sweet potato in it, and they shook the bowl, and then they took the bottom of the bowl off that had the hidden pre-cooked sweet potato, and handed it to the chimp, and the chimp was like, oh, that's delicious. So the chimp thought that there was some magical process in shaking the bowl that cooked the potato, and so...
that's exactly how I think cooking works, though. That's exactly what happens.
That you just shake things?
I don't know. Yeah. People go into a room with some bullshit and they come out and it's delicious.
You should really take that class.
I should.
You'd be shocked.
I keep meaning to, but I just don't have the time.
Yeah.
I keep trying to figure out how my doorknob works.
So they tricked them into thinking that this very quick process would transform the sweet potato into a cooked sweet potato, and then they presented them with the uncooked sweet potato, and rather than eating it directly, which most primates would impatiently, if you're a dog, you hand your dog something, it just eats it. It doesn't even think about it or smell it. It just fucking goes down. Mm-hmm. But these chimps picked up the sweet potato, handed it back to them because they saw the bowl, and then the person put it in the bowl, shook it up, and gave them the cooked one, and they were like, yeah, sweet, this is exactly what I wanted.
None of the chimps tried to put the sweet potato in the bowl?
They didn't have access to the bowl. The
bowl's right there.
No, the human had the bowl.
Right.
They saw the human with the bowl, and they were given the option of eating the uncooked sweet potato, which most animals would just eat food, because it's food. It's
I understand that part. That's not the part I'm having a problem with, Jeff. The part I'm having a problem with is man with bowl and sweet potato.
Right.
Shake.
He was on the other side of glass or whatever. He was on the other side of a partition.
Oh, I see. And the sweet potato goes through the partition.
Yes, there's a hole in the bottom, and they hand him back and forth. They didn't attempt to cook. They didn't just take the bowl and go.
But this is why scientists are dicks. Okay? Because the chimps clearly want the cooked sweet potato.
Right. But that's remarkable in and of itself.
No.
Oh.
The chimps clearly want this. They want the cooked sweet potato, right? They understand that it's the shaking of the bowl. Right, or they think it is. They've been led to believe that.
There's a process that they have to wait for to get it cooked.
That's a bullshit power trip by these scientists. Teach the chimps to cook.
Well, the scientists do offer a series of cook bowls. They're only $19.95.
You just keep the chimp just keeps pointing at a bowl.
Yeah.
Just like.
You want the bowl? All right, here you go. Sorry, you already bought it. You already paid for it. No, you already bought it.
The chimp, where did the chimp earn this money? The chimp has a full-time job?
Yeah.
And an income of its own?
Yeah, in the chimp factory.
Yeah, the chimp factory.
Down in the chimp district.
Where they make other chimps? It's the darkest factory.
That is really weird. The weirdest thing isn't that they like to cook, it's that they like to cook other chimps.
Yeah. I don't think this is another one of those stories where I'm going to look at you and go, I don't think this is fascinating.
I hate it when you do that.
Because of course they want better tasting food.
No. But every other animal, I mean, think of your dog. If you gave your dog the option of having cooked food and not cooked food, it's going to have whichever one comes down in front of its face.
My dog only
first.
eats things that are in a bechamel sauce. My dog is very particular.
It's because it took that class.
It took a class. It walked in through the doggy door every day with with just a little bag.
Came back from the dog factory.
Yeah, came back and it was just I would see what he made and I'd be amazed by it. And I'd be like, if only I wasn't so busy. I could come with you.
This is why you don't understand how cooking works. Because your dog just brings cooked food home from work. And you're like, wow.
Yeah. In this situation, I am the chimp.
I hate to tell you, in most situations, you're the chimp.
But this is kind of interesting because did the chimps show any desire to have the bowl? That's my main.
You think that's really the test as to whether they get the concept if they want the tool?
I don't think they necessarily have to understand cooking, but I think they understand the bowl shaking. They'll wait for the good food. Was there a chimp? My first question is: was there a chimp that was just tapping on the partition just pointing at the bowl
you want another sweet potato, buddy? No, we don't. You want me to give you
I'll do it.
It sounds like he wants all the sweet potatoes. In a bowl? All right, okay. I mean, I'll give you a bowl of sweet potatoes. That's fine. All right, okay, here you go, buddy.
The guy
You're gonna be real disappointed tomorrow.
The scientist supervisor comes in and is like, your whole job was to shake the bowl. Now that the chimp has the bowl, we've got to let you go.
No. Marvin, you're not going to believe this.
No,
he literally said, he said that. Yeah, I was shocked. He said,
Chimp number 13. Chimp number 13. If you can communicate, will you please do it?
I swear to God, last night he was doing it.
If you give the chimps the bowl, you ruin the experiment. They're not supposed to have, your whole job is to portion it out. Yeah.
Give me the bowl back, man. You're ruining this for me. Damn chimps.
That's a smart chimp.
Yeah.
No, we've talked about this before, and I think animals, I think these things only seem amazing to us because up until recently, we were just like, animals is dumb. Animals they can't do shit, and they don't want shit, and they're idiots, and they sniff their own butts.
This is another example of proving that animals aren't dumb, that they actually have patience.
No, and I love that, and I love that. What I hate that it takes things like this to show most people that animals are that smart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What I hate is that it's like, well, we better do a test to see if chimps like cool food better than they like bullshit. Do you think chimps are smart enough to know that bullshit sucks?
Well, but if you look at your dog or any other animal, when you're just like, oh my God, it's literally eating its own poo because it was the closest thing.
Yeah,
to its
but
face.
my dog will caramelize it first.
Oh, because it took that class.
Yeah, it took a class. I mean, it was very patient.
French cooking is weird because of all the feces it uses.
Yeah, and I think that's what there are two things that like really push people off from taking a French cooking class, which is number one, it seems very complicated.
Yeah,
and number two, just a lot of fucking feces.
So much feces.
Yeah,
and
it's just like, I don't know, like you gotta make a cream and you gotta make a base, and like also I'm just handling shit all day, and that seems weird.
That's what foie gras is, right? It's just poop.
No. I think it's French for goose vomit.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay,
that seems right. That seems right.
Then when I told you earlier today that we had to
I
go
learned
back,
things through context.
we had to go back to the hotel, so because I had to make a foie gras.
Yeah.
Then I was completely not talking about what I thought I was talking about.
Yeah, I was super disappointed when we didn't eat before we left.
I think you're discounting this whole story. I think the idea that
You always think I'm discounting, but I'm not discounting.
you are discounting.
How dare you?
Every evidence that we see of the way animals behave, it does not indicate patience, does not indicate having any sense of causality. You know, well, that's not true. There is causality.
Yeah, there's a lot of causality.
But they aren't willing to delay gratification is the word I was looking for. Thank you. Delay gratification. That's not what animals do. And I think that requires a level of sophistication that we don't see in animals. And because we're seeing it, I think that does prove to people that there's a intelligence.
I think it depends on the animal. I think it absolutely depends on the animal. Dog would be like, I think most people compare it to dogs because we have dogs around, right? And you look at dogs and you're just like, yeah, that idiot will eat anything. I say like, I'll throw plastic on the ground and my dog will be like, cool. I'll give it a shot. That's dinner. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a try. It hurt and I regret it, but if you drop another piece of it, I'm gonna try it again.
Yeah. Oh yeah, super smart animal.
I probably got the wrong piece.
Right. They're not gonna go, maybe if it was cooked.
Yeah.
Put it in Magic Bowl.
Well, once again, my dog has taken an 8-week class. But I think there are animals where we see, and like you say that animals don't have delayed gratification, but what about animals that literally store food for the winter or store food in their cheeks, or animals that will stalk prey not because they need to stalk the prey, but because they're not hungry yet and they know that they're waiting to stalk the prey?
I think this is the exact opposite of that, because I think
then you are a goddamn fool.
Because I think that the idea of animals storing food for the winter literally is doing what they need to survive. And this is an animal looking at something that they know is what they need to survive and going, no, I think it could be better. I think it could be better. Which is the opposite of what animals think.
Yeah.
Animals think, I need this to live. My instinct tells me to do that.
Just the pickiest animals in the jungle. Just looking at it like, I don't know.
What's the matter?
I've seen better gazelles today.
That is look at the hindquarters.
I've seen hindquarters. You're like always talking about haunches. I've seen better haunches, dude. What are we gonna do? We're gonna run and we're gonna get this. And like, how much meat is that really? And it's just
that's a fair amount of meat. Look, that's a beautiful animal. It's a beautiful hopping gazelle, and I want to just run over there and pounce on that bad boy and just tear into it. And just
are you talking about
over my?
Is this it? Because I'm looking to eat. Are you looking to eat, or is this more of this interspecies stuff that you're trying to get me into? Because we've talked about
hindquarters.
No, I can appreciate a gazelle.
Did you look at the haunches?
I can appreciate that a gazelle is attractive.
I'm just saying.
There's a spectrum, and I just don't fall on the gazelle side of the spectrum. That's all.
Are you going to sit there and judge me?
I like other lions, and I'm not judging you. I'm just saying, quit trying to fit me into your box.
Okay. Just because the date with your sister went horribly wrong, and I want to try a little something different, maybe something a little rougher.
I told you didn't want to go out with my sister. I told you that you wanted a gazelle, and you were in denial for so long about it. Like, oh, I don't like gazelles. Gross. What am I, some kind of gazelle lover? That wasn't on me, dude. Well, I did that for you as a friend, but I told you it wasn't going to work out. She knew it wasn't going to work out, too. She texted me like 5 minutes into the date, and she's like, this dude likes gazelles.
All right. So, can I go fuck that gazelle?
Yeah, go fuck the gazelle. I'm gonna order takeout.
I think the delayed gratification and the idea of actually having the wherewithal to understand that the thing can get better from here, that it's really about taste and not just base primal.
Well, it's fascinating to us because even when we give children the marshmallow test, right? Children don't pass it.
Is that the one where they try to say chubby bunny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the test.
They don't ever pass that.
You know what I did is I skimmed it. I just skimmed it, but I think that was the point.
Yeah. Every camp I've ever been to, no kid has ever passed the marshmallow test.
I added it to my read later, and then I never did, because that's what I do. That's what read later's for.
Yeah. Never reading something?
No.
What is the actual marshmallow test?
The marshmallow test is they gave a bunch of 3-year-olds one marshmallow. They sat them in front of a marshmallow, and they were like, listen, you can have this marshmallow. This is your marshmallow. Feel free to eat the marshmallow. But if you can wait 5 minutes, I'll give you 2 marshmallows. And then you have 2. Anyway, I'm just going to leave. And you do what you do. And then they would close the door and go around to the one-way mirror and watch these kids fucking melt down like they were watching their parents murdered before their eyes. These kids are just staring at this marshmallow. Literally, one kid was just clawing at the table and screaming a scream of a deer that was hit by your car, but it didn't die, and you're trying to tell yourself you didn't hit a deer, and then the other person in the car is like, no, dude, you can hear, you hear that, right? It's just, this kid is like, like he needed an exorcism.
Because he was trying to prevent himself from having because he wanted to.
He couldn't do it.
Right.
So I do think that like that sort of delayed gratification.
Is this a real test or is this something you made up?
This is a thing that I invite children into my house.
I thought so. This is called a Halloween night at the Carbonia Abode.
Trick or treat. That's awesome. Listen, I'm going to make you a deal. So
honey,
I said,
little Timmy's been in the Carbonia house for nigh on 35 minutes now.
Mr. and Mrs. Ramsberger, I just want you to know, there's nothing weird going on. I have locked Timmy in my house for 3 days. Right. But he's earned 8 marshmallows and 2 graham crackers. I swear to God, your son's coming out of this a hero.
Is he going to achieve full s'mores at any point?
No child has lived long enough to achieve full s'mores. They all claw their eyes out before full s'mores.
Oh, well, we'll allow it.
Because we believe in our son. I would love to hear, obviously, we can't hear from everybody individually here in the audience, but we would love to hear from everybody listening at home on Twitter if you guys think that this is something unique to chimps, or if this is something that we could potentially see in other species.
I think, does this make you feel like animals are smarter if they want to cook stuff? Like,
and
let them cook.
What kind of dick scientist doesn't just let them cook after they show them how? You can tweet that to us.
Hashtag that magic bowl.
I'm at A Carboni.
I'm at Jeff Canada.
And hey, if you're enjoying the show,
I'm enjoying the show very much. How about these people?
Are you guys enjoying the show?
Sounds like they are.
You know, if you're enjoying the show, the best thing that you can do is head to iTunes or whatever platform you listen to the show on and give us a 5-star rating.
Yeah, those 5-star ratings really help with discoverability of the show.
Yeah, they're also going to ask you to write a review.
Oh, you don't have
Guys,
to do that.
should they write a review? No. Why shouldn't they write a review?
No one reads those.
So instead, what you do, rate the show 5 stars.
Yeah.
And then just...
Tell us about the best recipe that you would ever have for a chimpanzee.
using feces.